If major sticker capsules are like Thanksgiving, then operations are like Christmas for CSGO investors. Sure, everybody likes a cool holo sticker, but truly, skins have the heart of every CS player. Now, as it's been quite a while since our last operation, and we've had many new players and investors since the news of CS2, I figured it was high time to make this video and give you guys a guide on how operation investing works. Hopefully we'll get one with the release of CS2, but we don't know yet. So let's get into that after a word from our sponsor, SkinSwap. This video is sponsored by SkinSwap. So SkinSwap is a marketplace and trading site, and it's got a ton of great features. If you want to swap out some of your old skins for new ones, you can go ahead and use the Trades tab. They've got a huge inventory of different items to choose from, but if you just want to instantly cash out your skins, they also have a sell feature that allows you to put your skins in and get paid directly. Or you can even use the site as a regular marketplace, and you can buy discounted skins directly from their inventory. When you use the link in the description, you can get a completely free item, and also SkinSwap offers a 40% deposit bonus. So go check out SkinSwap with the link below. Thanks. Okay, so let's talk operation investing. So firstly, this guide is going to be based around the star system that we had in Operation Shattered Web and beyond. The reason for this is because it's already been repeated 3 times now, so I don't think they're going to revert to the pre-Shattered Web operation item obtaining system. It seems that stars have been lucrative enough for them to repeat it 2 more times. So just to get this out of the way at the very beginning, if you're not planning to put any extra investment into an operation and you just want to buy the pass and get the stars for free, then for you the best bet's going to be cases or stickers. It depends on how the stickers work for the next operation, but for Broken Fang, for example, it was calculated that your star redemption for stickers was actually a little bit better than redeeming cases. But of course, you have the entire operation to decide what you want to do with your stars and for people to crunch the numbers on what's the most profitable, so you can always wait. But down to the meat of this video, and that's if you're putting extra investment into the operation and you're actually looking to buy some skins. So first and foremost, with operation collections, Tradeups are extremely important. With cases, Tradeups are definitely a pretty big thing, but for operation collections, Tradeups are an absolutely massive part of them. This is because you can't actually get new skins from operation collections after the operation is already concluded, except by Tradeup. With cases, you can just open a new case and get a new skin. That being said, everything below the covert tier in an operation collection is a potential Tradeup input, and every tier should be heavily considered for an investment. Basically, because of how important Tradeups are, investing in inputs rather than outputs is generally going to be better. Now, historically, we do actually have some examples of what the best tier of inputs to buy is, and generally it's looking like consumer grades are going to be the best choice. So for example, when the Control collection came out, the blue phosphor was around $200 during the operation. Now currently it's up at around $750, which is a massive increase of 3.75 times. And while that does sound really good, keep in mind that factory new army sheens were around 6 cents during the operation, and they're now currently sitting at 57 cents, which is actually an increase of almost 10 times. By the way, if these prices seem a little bit weird to you, it's because they're not from Steam, they're from Buff. So yeah, generally speaking, when it comes to ROI, it looks like a huge quantity investment into grays is generally going to better suit you than those mil specs or restricteds or classifieds, for example. Now on that note, another thing to keep in mind about operation investing is that some specific collection skins can perform better than items from the same collection in rarity tier. For example, the Emerald Jormungandr and the AK Baroque Purple were better than the other purples and the other industrials because they had an extra level of demand beyond just being trade-up inputs. The Baroque Purple, of course, is an AK, and it's a pretty nice little minimalist AK as well, so it generally held a much higher price than the other industrials. The Emerald Jormungandr was basically the only green deagle that we've ever had, but it's also a deagle, which is a very popular item. These higher demanded skins also have better liquidity, so when you're selling off your investment, it's a little bit easier. Back to the MP9 Army Sheen, the reason that that one is more expensive than the other consumer grades, sometimes, is because it has the lowest float cap, so it's a little bit better for trade-ups. Anyway, let's move on to the next point. Okay, so the next point is that not all collections are created equal. So when operations come out, they release a myriad of different collections. In the previous few operations, it has been 3 different collections that have released with the operation, and then also a case collection as well, for a total of 4 different collections. This is with the exception of Operation Riptide that actually had 5 total collections because it also had the train collection where you could choose the rarity tier of the item that you wanted to redeem. However, I believe this was an anomaly because of how the map rotations were working at the time, so I think for the potential future operation, it may still be different. It is almost 100% likely going to be a CS2 operation, so the entire fundamentals of it could be completely different than what we're used to, but we're just going off what we know for this video. So anyway, the reason I talk about the equality between the different collections is because some collections are actually preferred over others. If we look back at Operation Shattered Web, the 3 collections that we got were St. Mark, Canals, and Norse. However, mostly due to the Gungnir and the Wild Lotus existing, the collection with the Lowly Prince was overshadowed a lot, and to this day prices in the Norse and St. Mark collections are actually a lot higher than Canals. So when you're choosing a collection to invest in, remember to take demand into account, really specifically look at those coverts and decide which one has the highest demand. You can gauge this by going on Twitter, Reddit, wherever really, and kind of figure out what people are talking about the most. For example, during Norse, it was really easy to tell that the Gungnir was probably the most popular covert because so many people were talking about it and how good it looked. People were also saying the prints didn't look very good, so it was easy to tell that that collection was going to be a little bit worse. This also happened with the Havoc collection as well. That was a pretty lackluster collection, and the other collections performed a lot better. So yeah, during the operations, just be sure to keep demand in mind. It will also help with liquidity. Higher demand collections will also be more liquid, which means they're easier to sell off and get the most value out of your investment. Now, besides general tips, the last point that I want to touch on for this video is that you shouldn't discount the case skins. So generally speaking, the cases are going to be a more safe bet because cases don't take a lot of finesse and there's not really a lot to think about with them. Operation cases have all performed very well over time, but don't discount the case skins themselves. There's more nuance to this, of course, but for example, the Containment Breach and Oni Taiji are ridiculously more expensive than they were on release. This is due in part to the overall market going up as well. Back in the day, you could get a Factory New Containment Breach for a fraction of what it's worth right now, so don't totally overlook the case skins. When the operation ends, the cases do get supply bottleneck. They're a lot harder to obtain going into the future, and therefore the case skins are also a lot harder to obtain, which positively helps their price. Okay, so now to the kind of the basics of how operations work and how you should invest into them. So obviously you do get stars from buying the operation pass, and I do recommend everybody does this because the stars that you redeem, you can profit off of what you spent on the pass. So I do recommend at least buying the basic pass. On top of the star redemption, you also get the coin, which is kind of cool too. Now you can also buy operation passes themselves. They do still redeem for a bronze coin into the future after the operation has ended, so there is still a slight amount of demand for them. Those are also a relatively safe investment, but they're pretty illiquid and slow moving. Now if you're looking to add more investment into the operation beyond just the stars, then obviously go and buy on a third-party marketplace where you can get the skins for a lot cheaper. Do not use the star redemption system to get skins. That is straight up going to be a complete loss of money every single time. It's always better to buy off a third-party marketplace. Operation skins are like any other skin release in CSGO. They will eventually get listed on third-party marketplaces for pretty big discounts compared to the Steam community market. It was always worth using those and not the star redemption system. Beyond that, the act of actually buying the skins is just like any other investment that you would buy. Just simply go and purchase them off the third-party marketplace, and that's it. I've already explained how to determine which collections are going to be better off, so that's going to cap off the video. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. If you enjoyed or learned something, be sure to leave a like on the video to show your support. It costs you absolutely nothing and helps me immensely. If you have any further questions, be sure to reach out to me on Discord or Twitter. I answer all my DMs and all questions completely for free as long as I have time. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for the best CS investment tips anywhere else on YouTube, and be sure to check out SkinSwap with the link in the description below for a free item. Thanks, guys. See you next time. Peace.